These treasures were thankfully saved from being trashed. This find may inspire you to go dumpster diving.
That is so cool.
Cheryl Conroy Warren says her dad pulled this piece of art from the trash at Yale University in 1999. She kept it in her antique shop all these years, not knowing much about it or even if it was worth anything. She took it to, where else? Antiques Roadshow, where she got some great news.
Nowadays, he's one of the top Chinese-born artists.
The piece was number 190 of 200 by artist Zhao Wuqi in 1951, and its estimated value was between $10,000 and $15,000, which Cheryl said would come in handy to renovate her mom's kitchen.
My mother's going to be so happy.
One man saved a piece of history from going to a landfill.
I do believe that somebody probably just didn't know what they had.
Max Brown was dumpster diving in Nevada for a community service project when he came across these very old-looking books. He brought them home and opened them up to find they belonged to the library of Thomas Jefferson, as in one of the founding fathers and authors of the Declaration of Independence.
The books were in very bad shape. They had been wet from the rain and they started to develop a mold.
But that didn't seem to matter when Max tried to sell them. He says an auction house paid him $8,000 for them. This find was a blast from the past.
Who finds Judy Garland's dress from The Wizard of Oz when they're, looking through a closet full of stuff?
After being missing for 50 years, the original gingham dress that the Dorothy actress wore in the classic film was found in a garbage bag at Catholic University. An old photo shows a priest proudly holding up the gift, which was given to the university by Garland's friend, actress Mercedes McCambridge. But somewhere over the past 5 decades, it was stored away and forgotten about.
Until recently, we thought it was either just a rumor, or if it ever was here, it was long gone. No one's ever going to see it again.
That was until the school uncovered it while preparing for a renovation. It turned out they had the dress all along.
How does it feel to be the ones to sort of unearth this thing?
It's quite surprising, honestly.
Colleen Dykeman had a sinking feeling when she couldn't find her wedding rings on her kitchen counter after she had finished cleaning up.
I knew in the instant I threw them out.
She says she and her husband jumped in their car and chased a garbage truck to their town's dump in Long Island, New York. When she told the employees what happened, they knew they had to help, especially after seeing how determined she was to find the rings.
She was visibly upset, she was ripping through garbage, disgusting stuff.
8 employees helped Colleen and her husband comb through the town's trash. But when they found her trash bags, they couldn't find the rings right away and almost gave up.
So I said, I'm going to just double check. And I double checked and I opened one up and wow, the ring.
Because of one determined employee, Colleen got her rings back.
I found them! I started crying and hugging her.
She also bought the staff lunch the next day. But just 2 months later, this facility experienced deja vu.
I said, what's the odds of us really doing this 2 times in a row?
That's because another resident of the town of Babylon accidentally sent her rings to the dump as well.
It was horrible because I knew that they were irreplaceable.
This time, Vicky Salzone and her husband Joe had to hightail it to the local recycling center to find a needle in a haystack. But they had luck on their side.
I found the rings, Rick. Yes, I got all three of them.
What's the chances of that happening?
While the staff at the dump was happy to help these couples, they're hoping people in town will be more careful with their jewelry.
It's not fun. It was pretty gross.
This woman also accidentally threw out her wedding bands that together are worth $250,000.
I said, the trash man's gone already. He came 5 hours ago.
Carla Squitieri and her husband Bernie donned hazmat suits and headed to their local waste management facility. The very helpful manager, Joe Evan, performed a miracle by finding these diamonds in all this rough.
And I was like, yeah, I found it. And I took it right over to her and I opened it up and both pieces were just laying there.
It's that, feeling, I could have hit that was the lotto for me.
And this was a pretty hefty jackpot. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.